Thank you, Joe. Adults understand that many of our community goals, aspirations, and achievements are rendered largely irrelevant if we do not feel safe in our community. This is no different for our children who must feel safe and be safe before, during, and after school if they are to succeed academically. Student safety in and out of the classroom is all about awareness and communication. With our city initiative of See Something, Say Something, we want everyone tuned in to what they see or hear, and if something doesn't seem right, say something to someone that can help. Our next speaker, Detective Daniela Quinn, was raised in Delray Beach and is a graduate of Atlantic High and the University of Florida. Daniela joined the Delray Beach Police Department in 2005, where she now investigates cases involving children, robberies, and homicides. She is active in our community policing effort and youth initiatives and has served on the Youth Crime Prevention Summit Committee. Daniela is described at times as a sweetheart.
Whether they're going to school, coming home from school, and while they're in school, we want them to be safe. We want them to feel comfortable and fully engaged in the learning environment at school. Currently, the City of Delray Beach Police Department has assigned 2 detectives to go out to the schools to be liaisons. These liaisons provide information to the school in regards to any issues or concerns that we feel the school should be aware of so they can keep their children safe on their campus. And likewise, the school provides the police department information in regards to the concerns that they feel we need to know to provide enough service so your child is safe in the community. The police department and the schools working together, we are in need of more participation from the parents and the community. Hence the city's new initiative, See Something, Say Something. See something, say something. It's pretty simple. When you see something, you see a child that's being bullied, you see a child that's made you feel unsafe, you see children fighting, you say something. You call the police, you contact the school, you let the appropriate authorities know so there can be something done about it so that child is safe once again. See something, say something. How many parents in here have a Facebook account? Right? Raise your hands. Okay, how many parents in here have children that have Facebook accounts? Have Twitter, Instagram, kid messaging, text messaging. There's a lot of ways that kids communicate. How many of you parents monitor what your children are doing on those accounts? How many of you monitor what your children are doing on the internet? I encourage you tonight to begin to monitor what your children are doing. Monitor what they're doing on the internet, on the text messaging, because number 1, as a parent, you should know what they're doing. And number 2, you have the access to, so where if you see a child being bullied, you see a child that's threatened or made to feel unsafe, you can contact the schools, you can contact the police department so that we can keep that child safe. I look forward to working with each and every one of you in this initiative so that we all can be actively involved in keeping all of our children safe here in the city of Delray Beach. So remember, if you see something, say something. Thank you very much.
Participation in youth athletics is a great way kids can learn about themselves. The self-discipline required to excel, self-confidence achieved through teamwork and sportsmanship. As important as youth sports are in personal development and community spirit, achievement on the field and in the gym must go hand in hand with classroom achievement. Currently, Atlantic High requires a 2.3 GPA for team sports participation, which matches the NCAA requirement for college sports. And many are advocating for our city youth sports programs to mirror that standard. TJ Delray Jackson is here to speak about this citywide initiative of improving school attendance and school performance before kids can hit the practice field. TJ is a native son of Delray, an Atlantic High graduate who earned a football scholarship at Virginia Tech, and after success both on the field and in the classroom, he earned his undergraduate degree and signed with the Dallas Cowboys. During summer visits home, TJ noticed many of our kids shared similar experiences, excelling in athletics but struggling to maintain the academic standards required to attend college. To address this community need, TJ started Prep in Sports, which he oversees today, while also serving as Atlantic High School's head football coach. Please welcome Coach Jackson.
5 days a week, you're on time. That's like on time in practice. The performance and your grades are right, so just like performance. Just like performance in the baseball field or tennis field. So academics plays a major role, and it all starts with attendance. The more you attend football practice, the better you get. The more you attend school, the better you get. The more you attend football practice, baseball practice, you're more prepared for that game. Same thing goes along. The more you attend school, you're on time, you gotta prepare you before a test. There's one thing we do here at Bank in high school. We have a requirement 2.3 for the football program. And what we instill is the kids to have a weekly progress report. And what they have to do is every week on Thursday before we play on Friday, they turn in their progress report. And we monitor their grades, we monitor their attendance, we monitor their conduct. And there's one thing we'd like to do with the Delray Ross and also the Delray Little League, lacrosse and soccer, is trying to get the kids to understand that at an early age from elementary school, they're learning what fine principles here in the middle school, and then carry that on to high school. And just trying to let everyone understand, starting with the parents and the kids, that education is important. It will feed and help you in a rural world, but also help you with sports. And a lot of these kids out there looking at it might want to attend a university, or attend a university, you have to start and understand what's required for the NCAA. And it all starts with just preparing yourself for attendance, preparing yourself in the educational world, and you can be successful in the sports world. I want to thank you guys for the opportunity again, and go Eagles.
A philosopher once said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Volunteering your time to mentor our underserved youth can be a life changer for both the giver of time and for kids who need to know they matter. Sadly, a child's prospect for greatness or despair often hangs in the balance of a wrong decision avoided had the right person been there at the right time with words of encouragement or advice. Many households in our community with 2 working parents can leave kids vulnerable to the wrong influences. Mentors, in particular recent college graduates and those still in their career trajectories, can be the voice and role model at those critical times. So we are asking, commit to a year for a kid whose gratitude has no expiration date. To speak about mentoring is Brian Renan. Brian is a regional executive at Trust Bank, a father of 2, and someone who has actively served as a child mentor and volunteered throughout his adult life with Big Brother and Big Sister organizations and county boys and girls clubs. Equally important, Brian is a business leader, has championed this cause within his company and with his co-workers, and selflessly gives back through volunteer and mentoring activities with our local youth. Please welcome Brian Renan.
There's a lot of temptations in New York City where I grew up. I had a mother that stayed at home most of the time, a father that was on the road a lot. And I could have made a lot of mistakes in that time. You know, I could have chose the route of drug use, crime, but I opted to get into the National Youth Sports Program, Boy Scouts, and do some things more productive with my time. But that decision didn't necessarily come from my own decision making. I needed help and guidance with that. I easily got into crime, vandalism, being in New York City, seeing a lot of things happening in my neighborhood. I opted not to do that. I opted to go to school. I learned to work at Sears and make a paycheck and go to college. You know, I look back on those times and I think of some of the people I interacted with when I was younger, and you know, some of them did well, but unfortunately, some of them did not. You know, some of them ended up in jail, and some of them actually are not even here today. And I look back on that time and I think about what made an impact on me. And I had some tremendous mentors and guides my entire life, because I could have been one of those statistics. And I wanted to reach out to all of you today because there are opportunities for us to make an impact with our youth. And I look back on those times and I think, well, I have a lot of people in the Boy Scouts, in the National Youth Sports Program that I was in, even at work and at the college and even high school that I went to. And I think about now, and sure that I see the depth of that, the opportunities of that with our youth. And I think it falls upon us who have resources and who are blessed to make an impact in the community. And I look at my wife and my children. We have a decent house, decent job, and they go to a really good school. And I don't see families that have those same resources. And I think it falls upon me, and it's my duty to give back to the community. And I do feel there's 4 areas where I would recommend that you can do that. One is through an official mentoring program. You could do that through the Boys and Girls Club. Locally here in Delray, there is definitely a need. There is Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and like the mayor had said, he would have 1 year. I would ask 1 year to commit to that, because that is going to build loyalty up with that child or the children that you're mentoring. They will respond to you. They will listen to you if you put in that 1 year with them. It's amazing the impact that you'll make on that child in 1 year. You know, they may not have an opportunity to see somebody in a shirt and a tie that works in a professional environment, and it will help them think that there's better out there, and there's more for them out there, and they need to believe that. You know, you may not have the time to do that mentoring. You could get involved with school reading programs. Outside in the lobby, there's a Delray Reads table set up. On the 25th, you can give a few hours of your time to read to a child in one of the grade schools. I think that's amazing. One of the things we do at our bank is we require our team members to get out there. They love to do it, but I make it an expectation that they get involved in reading programs, and they go out in the school and they read a passage or help a child read a book and take a test on that book, help them with reading comprehension. You know, a third way that you can get involved, you may not have the time, and a lot of us may not have the time. I see parents in my mentoring and volunteering where they're working 2 or 3 jobs. There may be a single parent household. There could be grandparents raising the child, and there's not a lot of time. But what you can do if you don't have the time is work for your organization to advocate for grants and sponsorships to the local schools and to the city with monies that can benefit the local schools and help with education, particularly with the youth. It's very important. We did a backpack program this summer with the Grade Level Reading Project, and we were able to put books into backpacks for kindergartners. For kindergartners that never probably would have a book in their house, or very few resources to have a book in the house. I felt good about it because I'm a parent, and I have 2 kids, and they love to read, so it made me feel good. But it was great for the school, it was great for the area, it was great for the student, it was great for the parents, and it was great for our organization because it was a really good opportunity for them to get involved. So think about that, and you won't know unless you ask. So go to your public relations department. And lastly, if you are a leader or a person of influence, work with your team. Make it an expectation that they get out there and volunteer. It's amazing how influential you can be. If they see you do it, they will in turn follow suit. And they will get out there. But make it an expectation, and they'll enjoy it. Trust me. Every one of my managers that gets out in the local schools enjoy it. So I hope my words this evening were motivating, and hopefully you can take some action on that. Basically, at the end of the day, the children need you involved in the schools. They need professionals, they need good role models, and you can do that in mentoring. So thank you.